So today I'm going to quickly show you how you can find some new interest rates for refinancing your student loans. So what we're going to do is actually hop over here on the computer, and we're going to be on this website for a company called Earnest. Now, Earnest is one of a couple different companies that you can utilize to refinance your student loans. And while we go through this example of refinancing your student loans and checking out these rates, I'll actually have a link in the show notes down below for you for the actual Earnest page that you see right over here. The cool thing is with this, you can actually get a really nice little bonus for going through and refinancing your student loans, which by the way is entirely for free. It does also support the channel, so you get more free content just like this. So this is the website you're going to land on if you click that link down below. Again, this is with Earnest, and it says refinance your student loans. And this is where you're going to be able to see how much of a change you can have. Now, of course, you need to know what your current interest rate is on your student loans to see if this is going to be lower. But what we're going to do is actually click on this little button right over here that says 2-minute get your rate. So we're going to go ahead and click on here, and it's going to jump us to this page. And this is just going to be the information that you're going to need when it comes to signing up and getting through. So right over here, it says get your rate in a few minutes. It says answer a few questions to get your rate and saving without affecting your credit score. So something to keep in mind, if you don't want to have your credit score affected, this is going to be a great way to go about it. So we're going to plug in some information right here, such as our first and last name and the email address. It's going to ask us for our citizenship status, and then we're going to go ahead and click on this continue button right over here once we have all this information filled out. All right, so this next page over here, it's going to ask us about our education history. It's going to ask for your highest degree, when you graduated, the school you graduated, and approximately how much you owe in your student loans. Now, obviously, it doesn't have to be an exact amount, but approximate, and then we can go ahead and click on the continuing button right over here once it's highlighted. So on this next page here, it's going to ask us a little bit about our finances. It's going to ask about our annual income, and it says right over here, just enter your annual income, not your whole household. It says your cash plus retirement plus your investments total right over here, and then rent or mortgage payment that you can add up right over here. And then once all that is done, you can go ahead and click on the next button once it's highlighted. Now next up here, it's just going to quickly ask for your address. So put in your street, city, state, and your zip code, and click on the next button once you have that filled out. Now this next page right over here, you can see it's going to ask you for a password, which will coincide with the email address that you added in earlier. And then it will ask you for a social security number. This is going to help them go through that process to get your rates. Now keep in mind again that this will not affect your credit score whatsoever. Even does mention right up there, unless you go through the process and fully refinance your student loans, then it will have a harder inquiry on your account. And once you have all of that filled out, you can click on the get my rate on the bottom right hand side of the screen, and that way you can see how much you can lower your interest rates and potentially save hundreds if not thousands of dollars on your student loans. Now keep in mind that rates are always changing, and that you can be potentially locking yourself into better rates today by doing it as soon as possible, and that student loan refinancing is typically free with most companies. The company I have linked down below, Earnest, actually does your student loans entirely for free with refinancing, and you can also get a $100 bonus going through that link and supporting the channel. Now, if you want to keep on learning more about some of the other companies out there when it comes to student loan refinancing, I want you to click this video right over here to learn more about them. My name is Dennis, and I'll see you in that next video.